Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be continuing the discussion on Bach flower essences with Scleranthus. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. When trying to determine which Bach flower essence to use, it's necessary to understand the characteristics and symptoms of the essence from a psychological position. This is because the Bach flower essences work on the subtle bodies of the human subtle anatomy field. For healing to take place, you need to look at the situation from this different level. So, what are the characteristics of Scleranthus? The Bach flower essences of Scleranthus is used to help people who have difficulties making decisions. Scleranthus is used as the basic treatment for people who have issues with indecisiveness, inconsistency, instability, inner turmoil, erratic and unreliable behavior, lack of concentration, and illness with changeable symptoms. It is used to treat all pathological conditions related to indecisiveness or excessive mutability. In daily life, it's used to treat scatterbrained behavior, indecisiveness, absent-mindedness, distracted behavior, moodiness, and a lack of concentration. The Scleranthus condition is characterized by an open, curious, and flexible mind. When positively developed, the Scleranthus type is mentally flexible and has diverse interests. These people are able to see both the positive and negative sides to everything, and so they can never act unjustifiably or out of a one-sided, closed-minded motivation. Their natural ability to view the positive aspects of even the most depressing events allows them to take everything in stride. They are not easily shaken or frightened. These people have a wonderful and uncomplicated, tolerant manner about them that proves a non-judgmental understanding overview for everything that life throws at them. In other words, they can see the bigger picture. As a result, their accepting and comprehensive worldview makes them a popular and entertaining companion who serves as living proof that things are not as bad as they might at first seem. These people can make decisions easily with a certain playful lightness and sense of security. They are more open and less apt to judge harshly and have more of a talent for seeing that big picture than most other people do. And they are not handicapped by preconceptions about anything. They can adapt to changing circumstances and alter their priorities for action at any time. Also, if it is required, they can reevaluate their decisions from one day to the next without worrying about it for a long time. When negatively expressed, the Scleranthus type's open-mindedness can lead to inner turmoil and a general inability to make decisions. This inclination can run so deeply that both conscious and unconscious actions and reactions can become muddled and confused, and the instinctive sense of security that is so important in shaping our lives can take a back seat to indecisiveness. Basically, they can see so many different choices that they can't decide on any one of them. In life, every action must be preceded by a clear decision, whether it is conscious or unconscious, and this is the problem area for the Scleranthus type that is expressing it negatively. The negatively expressing Scleranthus type is unable to make decisions quickly and sensibly. They find themselves constantly plagued by the tension between the many, often contradictory, aspects of the situation, and so, almost against their will, they discover in everything a valid point, and so they are tormented by the prospect of making a one-sided, biased decision. Their diverse interests often compel them to undertake several projects at once, which can only be partially completed. And this too becomes another source of frustration for them. The solution for these people is to understand that for them, less is more. The Scleranthus type is easily distracted and finds it difficult to concentrate on one thought or action. New ideas are constantly coming to them all the time. A project that they have started will soon become boring to them. While they are working on one project, they are already thinking about the next one, or even shifting their thoughts back and forth among several subjects and projects at the same time. This mental jumble can then lead to an inability to think clearly. As a result, absent-mindedness, muddleheadedness, flightiness, or problems with concentration begin to take over. The Scleranthus condition, marked by a mental block or inner chaos, also arises in normal people when they have to make decisions under pressure. As an example, during examinations. When this happens, the wealth of knowledge either gets mashed into a muddled mess, or the fear of failure prevents an orderly train of thought from occurring. The physical symptoms of Scleranthus syndrome are constantly changing symptoms or ailments that move about the body, fluctuating temperature, mood swings, vague symptoms, and relapses during convalescence. Scleranthus is the Bach flower essence that is used to treat indecisiveness. It brings about a certain mental clarity and consistency to the thought processes, and it's very effective against erratic behavior and mental conflict of all sorts. It also improves the ability for decision-making and concentration. Scleranthus is often helpful for illness with incompatible or seemingly inappropriate symptoms. Making a decision means being content with that decision. Only when we are content to choose from a myriad of possibilities can we make an ultimate decision. The Scleranthus type, who has difficulty making decisions, needs to learn the conscious practice of contentment. This natural contentment does not consist of a willingness to stunt ourselves or ask for less than we feel we deserve, as in the case of moral contentment, but quite the contrary, in consciously demanding the best and pushing the rest aside. The best has less to do with material advantages than with anything that can be of value for the spirit. Natural contentment is an element of coping with life in a conscious, healthy manner. Moralistic contentment, on the other hand, is a false contentment that is adverse to life because life never voluntarily denies itself what it needs the most. It can be very useful to survival in a society of people obsessed with possessions and power. The Scleranthus type's indecisiveness can be overcome when they learn to consciously set priorities. This means making the most appropriate choices from a plethora of possibilities and, for the time being, putting everything else aside. They should be aware of where the psyche, with the help of their emotions and inspiration, will lead them. Their survival instinct will serve them better and more clearly than their more rational, conditioned, learned responses in life. Some Scleranthus types try to overcome their indecisiveness by making totally arbitrary decisions, which they cannot truly stand behind. In doing this, they attack the problem superficially and strengthen it internally, because they lack the motivation to learn discipline in shaping their lives. For Scleranthus types, there are only momentary solutions, not permanent ones, because their life path runs a zigzag course. They should try to keep the detours to a minimum. while continually living for the moment and adjusting their strategy for action to the ever-changing conditions of life. Some common combinations of Scleranthus with other Bach flower essences are as follows. Combined with aspen, it helps with indecisiveness due to vague fears. Combined with Cerato, it helps with insecurity with difficulties in decision-making. Combined with chestnut bud, it helps with learning difficulties due to distractedness. Combined with clematis, it helps with indecisiveness due to daydreaming. Combined with gentian, it helps with relapses during recovery from an illness. Combined with impatience, it helps with erratic and impatient behavior. Combined with mimulus, it helps with indecisiveness stemming from anxiety. Combined with mustard, it helps with constant mood swings. Combined with rock rose, it helps with inability to act due to panic. Combined with wild oak, it helps with inner turmoil about life. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.